Alright, MrSotko here, and welcome back to another Wargame Red Dragon replay cast. And it's a 1 vs 1 on mud fight between our red player, Corvus Corax, and our blue player, Russia. Simply Russia. And we're going to speed this up to the 10x mark and see how this goes. So, apparently Russia is using a Eurocore deck, and Corvus Corax is using an entirely Russian deck. So that makes total sense. But the game is afoot, and the battle for this town, absolutely crucial. Arguably the most important part of this map here, as this player pretty much always gets this town. And this ends up turning into a stalemate most of the time. You can push, but and for the most part, usually most of the game, it's just sort of a stalemate, and you just fire from here and all that such. The real meat and potatoes are right here. Fast things allow you to get there quickly, like the AMX-10, like what he has here. They go 150 kilometers an hour off-road, and they're a pretty decent tank for their cost, and they get there very quickly. You want to use moto to get there, choppers, anything you can to get to that town first before your opponent. And we have some Ekota here. I'm going to try and get inside the town. Legion on the end. Luke's that AMX-10 RC in the back there is a 40 cost vehicle, and it moves very, very quickly on the road. And Leopard 1A5 and a Canonian Jagdpanzer are in the back there. And I'm going to set up here on the edge of these woods. And again, it's going to be sort of a stalemate in Foxtrot. It's very hard to get through there, and without being spotted especially, and all that fun stuff. MI-24K here, going to be peppering up the VABs, but not a particularly crucial target. And VDVs are going to be moving into the town line. And a large... Oh. Thought there was a push coming soon, but I did not see anything at all. So my mind's playing tricks on me. That's okay. It always does. VAB's trying to chase down that MI-24K. Pretty much not going to happen. And VDV going to overwhelm the 3 Legion. And should be able to push their way up through the town. Perhaps get the Lukes and the Canonian Jagdpanzer here. The Leopard 1A5 and the MX-10 are backing up. You'll be able to get them from a distance. VDV is going to take big damage here. And looks like the Leopard got out of sight. And so far, just 3 points for our captain, Russia. And the setup over here, some Iglas, some Conkers, additional Iglas, GRU, and T-64A to hold that line. MT-LBV is going to push forward. And just going to use these troop carriers here to see what's going on. Going to see that there's a Luke's there eventually. And rocket plane comes in. Mirage takes that out. And a couple BRDM 3s moving up the line. And a VDV are at the edge now. With the Leopard and AMX-10, may be able to see them in, and they pull it back for cover there. Also included in the description, I thought would be kind of funny, is just to put a random deck in the description, both for Blue 4 and Red 4. For anybody that's just looking for a surprise, just copy and paste the deck in, import it into Wargame, and see what you get. It could be anything, who knows? Even I won't know what it will be. But that's the joy of it. Another fun thing to do is do random deck games. That's always a good time. Sometimes you get total garbage, sometimes you get total awesomeness, but the nature of randomness. BTRD here, the only thing to defend against the Legions pushing in. And that's going to back out and not get peppered up. And Alpha now is easily taken by Russia, as he is developing a pretty big force in there. And not too much over here. Could make a quick dash push over there. It's very easy to get there and defend that from Echo. Push in units there and send them in as needed. And a Gazelle Recon 20 mil flying over that way as well. ESU 85Ms gonna be pushing up. Just a VAB in the wood line. They'll be able to handle that noise. AMX 10 RC still alive. Only has 3 frontal armor. 16 AP power though. No stabilizer, so they do have to stop to fire. But they get to their destination very, very quickly. And Luke's moving on in. Wheeled vehicle. Going a $150. And AC was taken out with the VAB. With its awesome 2 frontal armor. And 24K trying to stop VABs from pushing over there. And the Legion also crossed away. Gonna smack that BRDM in just a moment. And there it goes. Gets whacked out of the map now. Mirage 2000. I'm gonna fly overhead, give some cover. And Gazelle is straight up pissed, going after that MI-24. The Mirage tried to pepper it. Got 1 hit on it. Ammo box was struck, taking down some of the ammo with that. And Gazelle's trying to chase it down, but don't think it's going to make it in time. I can't push up too much further there. There's some Iglas being brought up. Osa right there as well. And the unlimited Mirages just pouring in. But definitely lost sight of that MI-24. And multiple Osas. Gonna stop that noise. And the Igla are gonna be placed inside the town soon here. And neither side CVing just yet. There is a CV on the way here for Russia in the town line. And another CV for the Russian player Corvus Corax, which is slightly confusing. And we'll take Charlie. But he will have a temporary advantage with that +1, that insane +1. And 3-2-2 at the moment. And by the time he gets that in there, he will definitely be behind. But he can easily take Alpha. Be a little bit harder for Corvus Corax to take it. Not as much cover. And hasn't really contained the center there. Could potentially take Delta as well with a troop CV in there. And hide for the meantime. The P4 PC moving in. And I'm sure P4 is PC, bro. I didn't know you were a PC too. And he's hauling ass through that field. He ain't fucking around. And we'll even the game up with that. So 13-3. Bit of a stalemate. It is 2. We'll 2x it. We'll just put that into motion here. Another P4 PC moving in. Another PC bro moving on in. I really hope you guys get that reference. If you don't, you better watch it. It was kind of funny. Ask your friends, you know. ASU 85. Trying to roll up the side here. Gonna run into that Gazelle cannon though. So we're gonna have to stop a little bit earlier. The Dushka on board those. P4 PC coming down the line. And I wonder where he's gonna be putting that. I think the Alpha would be the safer bet. Delta would be just as safe, but Alpha's a pretty strong contender here. We're gonna put it in the line. And that would be very difficult to get to. Now Russia will have the +1 advantage. Won't easily catch up to his opponent. Mirage 2000 doing happy circles. Yeah. He's having a good time. And so am I riding the Mirage. Ride the snake. And at the moment, a bit of a stalemate here on either side. Really, both sides have a very long defensive line, pretty much equal. And that igloo was marked there by Russia to remember that location, make it bombed or mortared. It looks like those mortars are going to be coming in on that igloo there, trying to take that out and use those Pumas there. Try and move that line out, but there was another igloo there. And 120 is now landing on those two soldiers, the igloos, the poor bastards. And so far not moving out of the way. So we'll lose that eventually. Nope. Yeah. Mortar does not finish them off. Or rather, big mortar. Almost on the verge of being just plain artillery at 120 millimeters. I suppose you could call it that. And it looks like he's going to fire it again, as he didn't kill that igloo. Another Crotal moving in. But there hasn't been a lot of air, just really these Mi-24s randomly about. And more VABs moving in. The Mirage still guarding the skies there. And it looks like that igloo was finished off and is no more. And is now firing again. Is it firing at the same spot? This igloo here would be very nice to take out. Then there would be virtually no anti-air over here for the awesome douchekas of the ASU-85s. And that would be big trouble. Take some choppers over there and wreak havoc. Conqueror's moving up the line slowly, but everything's getting spotted by these troops here. And they are currently hidden, so the GRU are spotted. These, not so much. And still not spotted with their exceptional stealth as the two-men recon groups, like the Fern Spars or the Kampfschwimmers, are very exceptional stealth. So these Fern Spars spotting everything that's going on here. And Leopard 185 gonna defend the area here from the ASU-85s. Should be able to do that fairly easily. Girl made it to the side there, but the Puma and Leopard finished that off before it could get there. If there's really anything in it anyway. And now already coming down on these Conquerors here. The Osa firing at the Puma here. And just a couple missiles left. Fires a few rounds at the Conquerors, takes out one of them. The Osa finishes that off. Only one missile left on that. +1 advantage still for our blue player, Russia. And now bringing additional 1 A5s and another arty piece to the other side of the map here. Now we'll have a few of those on the map. And it looks like the Conquerors sees that Leopard 185. And apparently they're having a very difficult time hitting it, though. Now Puma CV troops coming into Delta there. And 185 gets hit hard there. Survives with 1 bar. I'm gonna land that Puma here, put it in the wood line somewhere around here. We'll have a +2 advantage. I'm gonna land that a good distance out and then run it in there. And this arty piece is getting way too close here. And it looks like he spotted that it was going down the line. And Oregon here firing. And looks like it's trying to hit the town line. But not going to do all that much to that. There is a Katie back there that could just reinforce those troops. Looks like a big push coming here. It's going to panic the troops in the town before these troops make it here. And it really needs to unload these troops. They're just going to get wasted by the 1A5 as they fire on the BTRs. Be better off just releasing them and running across the open ground. And there he goes, releases them now before he loses too many of them unnecessarily. ASU 85 and a T64 coming around the side here. And all of them try to fire on the Canonian Jagdpanzers and 1A5s. T64A here dealing with the 1A5 and an AMX-10. And finishes that off. The Russian player here, Corvus, not using very heavy armor, just really massing up these SU-22s and those ASU-85s. And so far really haven't amounted to all that much, as their accuracy is just outright abysmal. A couple rocket planes there. Strike the area, hits the 185, takes out the AMX. And the Mirage may finish off both of those. No, it just finishes one of them. And the CV here was forgotten about and is standing around. And the push with VDV TO62 moving up, scorching out some of these units. And the VDV shortly behind another TO62. And now quite a bit of armor here, regardless of his low level armor. SU-122, the SU-85s, and the BMs and A's have taken out all of the armor in this area. But the Milans have now moved up and are firing at the T-64. Did had a rear or a side shot on that one. And another one winding up here. And loses another one. And one more left in that squad. ASU 85s trying to run into the wood line. And another one is lost, but no more missiles. The KD still all the way at the back there. And a couple 30mm Pumas moving up. SU-24 here looking for some trouble. ATGM troops were lost, but not too big of a deal considering they were already out of missiles anyway for the time being. So that +1 advantage, 142 to 13. And looks like the Urigan is ready to fire, but it will not have the time as Russia is the winner. Corvus Corax bails on the game, and I just don't think he used... I think he should have had a nice heavier tank in his arsenal. Those little tanks are nice when you mass them up and use them consistently, but he really needed something to just survive all of that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the replay, and I'll see you guys next time.